Hey, it's Jeff McNichol down here at Mom's Music, 1900 Melwood Avenue. And I was just thinking, when I was a kid, the magic was at Frankfort Avenue, the Mom's Music at Frankfort Avenue. And I used to beg people to get a ride down there just to hang out with the guys and see all the cool gear. Now that I'm the owner of this store, it's like a dream come true. We're recreating the magic with the vibe that we used to have at the old store. We're carrying all the gear that you're going to possibly want. We're giving you the outstanding service and personal attention that you deserve. Yeah, so we've got the great guitar shop here. We're carrying USA Fender, USA Gibson, Paul Reed Smith, Gretsch, Jackson, Charvel, anything you could possibly want, we're going to have it for you. Mom's is and always will be Louisville's music store.
Thank you for tuning into the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson and I am your host. The premise of the show is pretty simple. Awesome interviews and awesome music. If you want to contact me, hit me up at metalforgeradio@gmail.com or visit the website metalforgeradio.com. And now let's get this show on the road. What's going on, Metalheads? Thank you for tuning into the Metal Forge. I'm your host, Mark Jackson. It's Friday, February 12th. And today I have on the show Ritual.moon, a all-female power trio Black Thrash band from Los Angeles, California, where it's probably nice and fucking sunny today, unlike here just above Louisville, Kentucky, where it's balls fucking cold and like 20 fucking 5 degrees. Check local listings. Hopefully it's not as bad for you as it is here. Fucking all-female Black Thrash power trio. I want to give a shout out really quick to Hellwolf of Black Knife here in Lexington, Kentucky, because he's the one that turned me on to this band. He's done a few splits here recently with some really fucking awesome bands, and I've been snatching them up as much as I can, because if he's putting them out on his independent label, he really has his fucking ear to the ground, and he knows what the fuck is up. Just like fucking crazy good. I can't actually wait to listen to it. I haven't heard the physical copy yet. I've got to listen to it on digital, but the physical copy I'm so looking forward to. I just got it in the mail today, and I've got the ladies on hold, and we're going to be talking about that as well. So before I bring them onto the show, I do want to ask you guys about something. Does it seem like Metal Injection, Metal Sucks, and Loudwire have become the National Enquirer of metal news? It's like all rumor and negative bullshit, it seems like, anymore. And I know last year I was doing some features where I was using some of their articles and shit, and it just really started to stick in my craw, because they were just saying so much negative fucking shit. And it's like, is that all that, like, these fucking awesome, like, magazines, like, fucking Hit Parader and Kerrang and fucking Revolver have fucking resorted to, is becoming these online fucking shit slingers? It's like, I don't get it. There's enough fucking negative shit in metal with gatekeeping and all that fucking garbage. But, like, to sit there and point out, oh, here's a list of good things Axl Rose has done because he's notorious for being a fucking shitbag. You'd think you'd put out fucking awesome fucking uplifting stories, all-inclusive stories and shit like that, because, you know, there's a lot of people that could fucking do with that at this point in time because they haven't been able to find an outlet because they can't go to shows and so on and so forth. So let me know what you all think about the National Enquirer of Metal, which I'm referring to as those 3 publications. You know, let's see what you think. I'm just not digging them anymore. I think I'm seriously going to block their pages because I'm tired of seeing their shit on Instagram, because I follow them on there just to, you know, keep my ear to the ground. And I don't know if I want to hear that info, because, like I said, it's just shitty anymore. So shoot me a message, metalforgeradio@gmail.com, and we'll talk. And I'll throw your opinion on the air, you know. If you want to send me a voice message, do it. Well, I'm cool with that. So, pretty cool fucking news here. Shifting gears, by the way. After a pretty long battle, I finally received my registration from the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office for the Metal Forge. Yay! Hooray for me and hooray for metal. So if you're not getting your Metal Forge info from here, it's not official. It's not the Metal Forge hosted by me, Mark Jackson. It's just a second-rate, thing, copy, whatever you want to call it, name thief, whatever you want to call them, because this is official. And I appreciate every single one of you who have stood up for me over the last year and confronted these other people who have tried to take this name and said, hey, dude, what the hell? That's not cool. This is the Metal Forge. This is who we go to. But hey, the name is here. It's the Metal Forge with Mark Jackson, So fuck. Thank you all again for standing up for me and pointing out to everyone else out there that this is the Metal Forge. With the Metal Forge, I do want to thank Mom's Music, Maxwell's House of Music, Better Days Records, Tattoo Charlie's, The Wrestling Steve Show, and Kentucky Hot Brown Pedalboards. Links are always in the description below, so you can find out where you need to go to get your music gear, to get your tattoos, if you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area. If you want to listen to another podcast like The Wrestling Steve Show or the Womp Rant podcast from Darth Skippy, all that stuff is listed below. And thank you again to the Patreon subscribers. And who's ready to listen to some Ritual Moon? I know I sure as shit am. This comes off of the Black Knife split with Ritual Moon. This is Mad Lust. right, metalheads, I am being joined on the line right now from Belen and Mars from Ritual Moon from Los Angeles, California. Ladies, how are you doing today?
We're doing good. Thank you for having us.
Thank you all for coming on the show. I was turned on to you guys from some friends of mine, like Hellwolf from Black Knife, which, ironically enough, I have in my hand right now the split that you all did with them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Fuck yeah. We're getting ready to pack some up today, too, to ship them out. So.
Hell yeah. Which is,
you
all released.
To listen already?
I actually just got it in the mail today. I haven't had a chance to pop it on yet, but I see that it's the Mad Lust single that you all put on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we recorded that one the same time we were in the studio for the full album, and we shot over a track. We kind of already had it planned, you know. He had asked us a few months ahead of time, so everything worked out.
Hell yeah! Which the full album came out here on January the 13th. Is that correct?
Yeah, we did release our first full-length album. Yeah, 13th of January.
I love the whole Black Thrash artwork style. It's almost like it takes a step back for like 25, 30 years ago with all of the bands in, Sweden and Norway, like the Norwegian black metal and stuff, where it's all this like charcoal drawing. So I love the artwork to it, because even on the split with you and Black Knife, it has that same feel.
Yeah, definitely. I totally love the feel of the artwork they chose for the split. And actually with our artwork from our album, that was my boyfriend. He's a tattoo artist, and he just draws and stuff. So we were just sitting there, cooking up ideas like, what do you want? And I'm like, well, it's got to represent us three, witches performing a ritual,
Absolutely.
So that's where, yeah.
And with the crescent moon on the cover and the mountains and like the pine trees, it really, like I said, it has a look from, like I said, from like 30 or so years ago, where you would see these bands like Mayhem that would have these. It's super stark. It's like the contrast looks great in it. And it's got 12 tracks on there, which is kind of a long, I mean, it's still 45 minutes, but for 12 tracks on an actual album these days, that's kind of a lot.
Yeah. We really hunkered down on this one and came up with 12 tracks.
We did 3 on our first demo. We had 4 tracks, and we took 3 of those and just kind of refreshed them a little bit, and then the rest was more like newer material. And actually 2 of the tracks from a previous split we had with our bassist, other band, Harlequin, we kind of refreshed those a little bit too. And then the remainder after that was like totally unheard of. Like it hadn't been recorded yet.
Well, it just seems like these days, most bands, no matter if it's, traditional heavy metal, thrash metal, most of these bands are coming up and they're having like 8-song albums or 9-song albums and such. So to be able to pack on 12, more power for your money,
Yeah. And I mean, at least personally for myself, I wanted it to be, I mean, it's not a compilation. It is our first album, but I wanted it to be a compilation of everything we had done so far and polish it up and put it out as a debut album for people to hear that still hadn't heard of us yet, because we had just gotten started, and our demo was only released in like March 2019. And that one, it got the job done as a demo, but I think you can definitely tell the progress on the debut album.
Definitely. And like you said, from 2019. So this is still a pretty new venture for you all. I mean, especially with having a year of that, which was kind of trashed by COVID.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, we would have been playing live shows right now and just promoting the hell out of it, but, COVID hit.
But even then, I'm thankful for all the supporters that we've gotten, regardless of the circumstances. And it's really fucking cool to see people come together and, like, even if it's just a message or purchasing the album or streaming it, thanks to the fucking internet, we've been able to do this, and it's been really cool so far.
Definitely. And I think, I've talked so much on the show about Bandcamp and how awesome it has been for so many independent musicians over 2020, not just with like the Bandcamp Fridays and so on and so forth, but getting such a following to your music because no one's actually able to tour or go see shows or anything. We've got the whole live stream thing, but I think that really kind of had its peak around May or June, and then people just kind of stopped doing that.
Yeah, we actually did a couple of those live streams, like around the same time when COVID first hit. We're like, all right, let's join everybody else doing that. But
even for like our own page.
Yeah, just for like our own page, we were just recording our rehearsal and our jam sessions and stuff.
Definitely. So when you guys get together to write, I'm assuming you're all in the same area because I do have two of you here on the phone. When you all get together to write, how do you all do that? Do you each bring things in, or do you hammer it all out at practice? How do you do that?
We kind of do a little of both. We do all kind of come in with different ideas. Like, I'm the drummer, but if I grab the guitar and I could come up with, a simple riff idea, I'll bring it to Belen and she'll clean it up, polish it up, and make out of it. Belen does write most of the songs, so if Belen has ideas, she kind of already has them prior to showing up, so she'll just kind of show up and she'll be like, all right, this is an idea I have, like, let's try to do this, so we kind of do a little bit of both.
Right on. Do you all invest in much of do you send stuff instant messenger like, hey, listen to this, I recorded it a couple of days ago, or are you all pretty well, do you get together pretty frequent?
Now we're starting to do more like where we do send each other just recordings, on Messenger, wherever we can, because we're not getting together as much. But yeah, dude, if someone has an idea and it hits, they record it and we send it some way, somehow, just to have it there already and just to kind of already plant the seed.
Definitely. It's actually one of those things that has opened up so much in the last, 5-6 years, where beforehand you actually had to get together and practice. I couldn't imagine being in a band, 15 or 20 years ago where people were, having to commute twice a month, like 500 miles because they were part of this band and they didn't have a way to send their stuff other than by mail.
Oh, yeah, man. And then it's like just getting your band out there without the internet, you gotta be freaking sending your demos to different, record companies. And they hustled back then, because I gotta say the internet really made it possible for us to release this album and get it out there and get the exposure,
Definitely.
So I can imagine how the 80s and every other decade without internet was, super different.
Oh, absolutely. And, being towards the very end of that era, probably about the last 10 years personally of that, where, the internet really wasn't a major thing until about 2005 for bands like that. I still somewhat kind of miss that, getting out and hustling and really trying to find shows, or, just picking up the phone and saying, like, calling your local bar saying, hey, who do I need to talk to about booking a band in there? It's a lost art form almost.
Yeah, I could see that, definitely.
Which I always equate that to like Setlist FM, if you're familiar with the site, where you can go on and find anybody's set on a concert for like ever. I could only imagine what it was like hearing from your friend about a show in the 80s being like, oh my gosh, my cousin went to see them in St. Louis and this is what happened. And you had to wait until they came to your town like 2 or 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah, dude, definitely.
It's cool stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So what inspires you to write music?
It kind of started off, me and Belen were actually part of another band. That's how me and her met. And we were playing more of like a power / heavy metal style with that other band. And basically before practice and after practice with those members, me and Belen would kind of stick around and just be like, hey, what other genres do you like and what other music do you want to play? Just out of the hunger of just wanting to expand, and just do different shit. So that's sort of where we entered the whole, hey, we like doom metal, thrash metal, death metal, black metal. Let's fucking just throw that into a melting pot and see what the fuck comes out, So that's kind of how we started playing what our sound is today.
Right on.
What got me going was, personally, before playing in this band, I didn't really play guitar that actively, but I always did want to. At first, we were just messing around, and we liked what was happening, so we just kept going and made it official. But with this band, I personally got the opportunity to get a little better at the guitar and learn how to sing and play. Because in the beginning, I didn't fucking know how to do that,
Definitely.
And some things are still a little hard for me to do, but it's been a learning experience for us too. Because although we did personally like black metal, death metal, thrash, we weren't as experienced in playing it, but it was fun. So why the fuck not keep going, So I think at first it was just about having fun and getting high and getting drunk and just fucking jamming. That's how it started, And then we liked what we were writing under those influences.
No, I get it.
So we were like, fuck, this is good shit. So, we just kept going and like lyric-wise, I kind of just pull from different things. I like writing about death and murder. I like talking about sex too. So it just kind of ranges in lyrical topics. I just kind of pull from like life itself and death,
Definitely. So having a broad range of lyrical content, or wherever that even takes you on your instrument, because I'm one of the ones. I think I'm a rare breed when it comes to what I deem as heavy, because I don't necessarily think it has to be heavy just like with distortion. I think you can play an instrument heavily, I guess you could say, and I think heavy also denotes a lyrical content as well.
Mm-hmm. And what would you consider heavy lyrical content?
I guess it's subject matter related. I think, dealing with like personal loss, I think can be extremely heavy. Reflective, self-reflective lyrics can be extremely heavy. Not everything, like I said, it could be the Eagles for all intents and purposes here. But if there's something that's extremely like deep and moving, it can still be heavy to me. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
it doesn't. I guess it doesn't have to deal with distortion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but Britney Spears is not. So under any circumstance, no.
I mean, she carried a heavy ass. No. I was thinking was it a heavy ass snake around her shoulders?
Yeah. I think that's true.
Yeah, but.
All right, we're going to come right back. We're talking with Mars and Belen from Ritual Moon in Los Angeles, California, here at the Metal Forge. Rock the fuck out. Since 1973, Tattoo Charlie's has been an established body modification studio in Kentucky, featuring world-renowned artists and piercers, currently with locations on Preston Highway and in Lexington, a staple point in the tattoo community. Learn more at TattooCharlies.com. Set up your appointment today at 7904 Preston Highway. Our tattoos are done while you wait.
Hey, it's Mark Maxwell at Maxwell's House of Music. Listen, all this stuff is now available to purchase on our website. Check it out at maxwellshouseofmusic.com.
We carry all the top brands, like Fender.
We got Gibson.
We also have basses.
We've got ukuleles.
We got drums.
We've got sound gear.
We've got keyboards.
With putting out the album just here a few weeks ago, and the new split with Black Knife, and the previous things that you had done, because you did the split in 2020 as well, that came out just before COVID, with the pandemic still kind of lingering around, obviously, because if you can't tour the album, what does Ritual Moon have in store next?
Yeah, I'm actually, I already started 3 different new songs. That I already have that, will be put towards another release. I don't know, we haven't planned out in terms of, okay, this next CD is going to have 10 songs or, whatever. I think we'll kind of feel it out the more songs we have, and then, we'll put out part 2. So we just had Ritual Moon 1, where we'll have Ritual Moon 2 next. as far as releases go, you know, the split, we're going to be holding on to that and the album for the next few months until we can get back together, practice all the material we have at that point, and really solidify the way we sound for live shows so that when live shows come around, we're ready. And also continue the writing, and not only writing, but we have, you know, we're doing like other things that have to happen within the band in terms of restocking the merch, you know, and just kind of doing like more media things, like, you know, sometimes we get hit up for interviews, like written interviews, things like that. So we're keeping busy so far.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I hope to definitely have another release personally in the next 2 years.
Absolutely.
I don't foresee that it'll be like anytime next year. If it is, then fuck, that would be fucking tight.
Definitely.
But I also don't like to set hard deadlines because we just kind of want to feel things out.
Right, and with it being so newly released, if you set that deadline that, okay, so by January of 2021, or January of 2022, rather, to sit there and say, okay, well, let's have another album by then. That kind of limits you to, okay, well, you've got to get on writing because it doesn't always come right in those last 2 months of the year. Absolutely, I get that. But
yeah, so we'd rather not deal with deadlines and just kind of, and if there are, just have like a really ambiguous goal that we're trying to reach, but not necessarily like a deadline. You know what I mean?
For sure, absolutely. So you kind of mentioned something a minute ago, and it's kind of piqued my interest a little bit. With the name of the first album, the first full length being Ritual Moon 1, and the second you've already said would be Ritual Moon 2. Now, technically, is this going to be something like a possible subtitle, or are you going to continue the ambiguous Ritual Moon 3? The only reason I ask is because I do that too. I'll be like, my band is Overload. So I'm like, Overload by Overload is the first album, and then it's like Overload 2, Blood for Blood, 3, you know, so I'm like, in my it doesn't say that on the disc art, but in my personal collection, I put like, this is the third album, this is the fourth album, this is the fifth release.
Okay, that's pretty cool that you have this idea. But yeah, I think we kind of agreed, and that's why we even started it off as Ritual Moon 1, because we just want to continue it with the numbers. And I think, like, I didn't ever want to be stuck to a theme, and I feel like with just numbering it, you can see it as more of like a collection of music in that frame of time, you know?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so I don't want to do like, oh, the next one's going to be falling into Satan's asshole or something, you know, something fucking like half satanic, but half fucking drunk. Like, yeah, I don't want to deal with any lyrical themes or anything like that. If I'm going to deal with themes, then I'd rather do that on a song basis than an album, you know?
Absolutely. Do it as a, instead of it being like an entire concept, just do it as, you know, as each one come. For sure. I get that.
Yeah. So, and I think that allows us to just be more free in terms of our writing, you know? We kind of thought it that way when we first came up with the Ritual Moon 1. So, yeah, I think we'll keep going down that route.
Hell yeah. I also like to ask some general profile questions on the show. You know, they're kind of music related, but they're more related to you as a person. What album is a complete playthrough for you?
Fuck, right off the bat, I just thought of Kill 'Em All. I fucking love Kill 'Em All, dude. I can listen to that shit, and it just pumps me up. I can listen to the whole album.
Right on.
I feel like that about Arise, Sepultura.
Oh,
I love schizophrenia, Yeah, that fucking album.
Too great.
That shit makes you want to clean all fast.
Right. Two classic thrash albums, though. So, I mean, hey, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah, they're all hitters, and they're all top bangers on those albums for sure.
Definitely. What's your biggest fear?
Oh, shit. I hate heights. That's falling off some shit. That's my biggest fear.
I think drowning. We're just thinking of like, well, I'm just thinking of dying, but like, I don't know. Drowning is scary.
I could go with that too. That's so weird. I literally just earlier watched a video on TikTok where somebody was jumping off of like one of those like ocean liner buoys, so where the ocean or where the ocean liners don't get too close to like certain things.
Oh,
And they jumped off of the top of it, and like you see them going into the water. I was just like, oh shit. So you both said heights, and you both said you said drowning. I was like, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
but see, people do shit like that, and then just for likes, and then they fucking kill themselves.
Oh yeah.
Or they really shit.
Yeah. that whole world is something completely wild. I'm glad I'm not part of it. What's your favorite animal?
Mine's a cheetah.
White tiger.
Awesome.
I didn't even hesitate.
Awesome. Both cat people, I see.
Yeah.
What would you say is your worst quality?
I would say mine is I'm impatient.
I would say I'm impatient. Sometimes I don't know, like, I'm very outspoken. Sometimes I don't use emotional intelligence the way I should. So sometimes I just come off as a bitch and it just ends up the wrong way.
Definitely. What's your favorite word?
Fuck, I think.
Word? Oh, I like dipshit.
Dipshit.
Yeah, I've always wanted to get mad at someone and call them a dipshit. I don't
You
know
always
why.
forget to use it.
I always forget to use it.
You know, that's funny. I have a friend in a band, and she actually named a song after an internet troll of hers, and the name of the song is "Hey Dipshit."
That's a good song.
Who is your favorite visual artist?
Visual artist, Alex Gray would be mine. He did some artwork for Tool. I forgot which album, but one of the albums has like this eye with like this rainbow flame around it, and that is Alex Gray. I would say he's my favorite.
Oh, Lateralis.
Yes.
Favorite artist? Fuck.
Visual artist.
Yeah.
The fucking guy that always paints like naked chicks on like
Boris Vallejo.
Is that Boris Vallejo? Yeah, I really like his style. Boris Vallejo.
Definitely.
Oh.
He's super cool artist. Those guys like Boris, Frazetta, such great art. And
Yeah, it's really old school and it's fucking badass. And fuck, there's this other guy that's working with Soul Grinder Zine. I forgot his fucking name, but I can't think of the name. I'd have to fucking pull it up on my phone right now. But he does, I think, a lot of the cover art and the back cover art. Like Mark Riddick is his name.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So shout out to him as well. I'll have to put some links to Soul Grinder Zine in the description below.
He's been a cool supporter of us too. Paul from Soul Grinder and Andy too.
Oh yeah, super cool dudes. Seriously, this is kind of one of the fun ones. What's your favorite breakfast food?
I like omelets.
Fuck, it's between omelets and Belgian waffles.
Nice. What was the first concert you ever went to?
Iron Maiden at the Forum.
My first concert was my favorite, topped like the rest of them. I think it was 2008 Metal Masters. So it was Motorhead, Testament, Judas Priest, and Heaven and Hell. So I got to see Dio and Lemmy.
Ah, Jesus! I wanted to go to that so bad when it was coming through. The closest place to me was St. Louis.
Oh, it was, dude! It was worth it. It was. I'm telling you, my first show, and it was the best show I ever went to.
Did you get drunk?
Did you?
She said no. She got her.
No. I was too young at the time.
Oh.
Shit, I had to get fucking good grades just so my mom would be able to fucking let me go to that shit.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's one of those shows that like I kick myself in the ass for not ever actually going to that tour, because I've admitted this several times before that I am not the biggest like Dio Sabbath fan. Like, I like the first two albums, Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. I don't think it recaptured the same magic on Dehumanizer. And and Heaven and Hell's the Devil was just completely different than all of that.
Yeah.
But but if I would have been there to be able to see just like them even do anything off of the first two albums, along with I mean, Judas Priest, for God's sake.
And most Setlist was the first two albums.
Oh gosh,
actually.
see, that's craziness right there. Now I'm really kicking myself in the ass. Because and the Motorhead thing, I only got to see him one time, and that was the year that Lemmy had died. So.
Oh shit, dude! And he was losing it towards the end because I've seen Motorhead like at least fucking like 8 or 10 times. And compared to what I saw Motorhead first in 2008, and then I saw them. What year did Lemmy die? 2015. 15. So I think I saw them 14 in Vegas, and dude, he was out of it, dude. He was singing the wrong lyrics for the wrong songs, and I just felt fucking bad for him, dude. I was like, fuck. He was. Yeah. You could tell I was getting to him.
Oh, absolutely. Who do you wish you never saw live? Doesn't necessarily be that you hate the musician. Who just ruined it for you?
I saw Marilyn Manson play with Slayer, I think a couple years ago, or I don't remember when, but I would say Marilyn Manson. But that's probably just because I don't like Marilyn Manson.
and especially with all of the backlash in the news on him right now.
Yeah, dude, he's gross and his shit was corny and the show sucked ass. I didn't like it.
I really can't fucking think of a show. I really cannot think of a show where like I hated it or anything. Because I mean, half the time I was always fucking drunk as fuck or wasted. But so the bands I did have actually seen, I've been cool with. But yeah,
right on. I mean, hey, there's some times where there's something good to take away from everything at some point, I guess.
Yeah.
Denim or leather?
Leather, both.
Awesome.
Black denim. I like black denim.
What instrument would you want to learn how to play?
Fuck. I want to learn how to play piano.
Oh, that would be actually bad. I want to get better at drums. That's what I want to do. Get better at drums. But piano would be fucking cool too. Accordion seems really fucking hard, but it seems pretty fun too.
Accordion? Oh my! It's weird.
It makes a lot of money at those Hispanic parties too.
Oh my god! Hey, they fucking shred on that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Accordion to me seems like one of those things. It's like a mixture of like keyboard and bagpipes.
Yeah.
What food can you not stand?
I can't stand papaya because it smells like shit.
That shit does smell like shit. What fruit can't we stand? Food. Oh, food. Like literally, not that I can't stand it. Well, I guess I just can't handle it. It's spicy food. It's not nasty to me. I just can't handle it.
Right on. What is your most embarrassing moment?
Oh shit! Oh man, well I have one, but I don't want to say that shit on this. Yeah, no, I can't mention mine, dude. Mine are bad. It does. Here, I'll give you guys this. It involves a shark.
Oh gosh! I know somebody who did that on stage.
Oh, that sucks.
Damn.
That sucks. Hell no.
That's fuck.
Yep. And it was all crazy.
Where did it land? On the stage?
No, he was wearing black denim pants, and it was just kind of there, just hanging out. And from his story, it happened in the first song.
Oh no! He had to play the rest of the set.
Yes, like a 40-minute set.
Poor fucking guy, dude. Oh, that sucks.
Yes, very much. I feel bad for him. I really do.
Yeah, the shit musicians go through, literally. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I think for my embarrassing moment, it was very embarrassing. So in high school, I got really tore up, and I ended up waking up the next day looking super fucking tore up with my pants fucking ripped open. So I tried to jump over a gate that was like 4 feet tall. Like, the ones that divide your house? Like, between houses? I could have just walked around it, but I just jumped over it, and I ripped my tights. and I woke up the next day with half of my face fucking scraped, missing a tooth, and I was still woke up drunk, and that was completely embarrassing for me. And a few of my homies actually had slept over that night, and I was like, dude, what the fuck happened? And they just started laughing at me because I was literally up. But I mean, yeah, it was really embarrassing, super embarrassing. That's probably the worst moment I've ever experienced from being drunk.
I think everybody has crazy fucked up stories like that for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I should make you because so I was saying if you've had Four Loko before, they used to have an old recipe, and I think it probably somebody out there was fucking saying that it had like cocaine in it or some shit.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I don't know how true that is. That Four Loko recipe has coke in it, but I was fucking running around like a madman. From running around, I just tripped and I fucking fell and I stripped my face and I stripped my tooth.
Craziness.
So yeah, that's my embarrassing story.
All right, real quick, we're going to take one last break, and then we're going to come out and finish out this interview, and then we're going to jam the fuck out with some all-female black fucking thrash here at the Metal Forge with Ritual Moon.
Hey guys, Wrestling Steve of the Wrestling Steve Show here. So if you're currently listening to the Metal Forge with Mark Jackson, then you understand that Mark Jackson has a pretty discerning taste when it comes to music as a whole. You'll also understand that he has a discerning taste for professional wrestling, just like me. My show is called The Wrestling Steve Show. I talk about modern and classic pro wrestling in a completely unbiased, unfiltered way. Be sure to check me out on all available podcasting platforms. That is The Wrestling Steve Show. And I am the host, Wrestling Steve. Just remember, like Confucius said, man who goes through turnstile in Thailand is going to Bangkok. Pro wrestling.
What song or band do you never want to hear again?
Oh man, there's too many of those to mention, but I would say I hate what the fuck is that band? Fuck, I can't think of that fucking band. Hold on, Belen, take over that one. What?
Space Cowboy by the something band. What the fuck is it called? What is it?
What band is Bono in?
Bono, U2?
Oh, U2. I fucking hate U2, and I never want to hear that U2 ever again.
Yeah, I could totally do the U2 thing. I'm not really a big fan of them at all. Not at all. I got a few more questions here. What is the worst album by your favorite band?
I know. I really got.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't know this. Well, not that it's a big ass secret or anything, but my favorite band is System of a Down, and my least favorite album would have to be Hypnotized. But yeah, I mean, they're my favorite band because that's what the first band I first listened to. That's what got me into metal. So System of a Down is kind of what I just throw as my favorite band.
Right on.
I would say, what was the dude that replaced Rob Halford and Judas Priest?
Ripper Owens.
Yeah, the Ripper Owens. I don't like that album. I don't know how many albums he came out on, but I don't fucking like them. I'm gonna go ahead and say those albums from Priest.
It was 2.
Yeah, something like that. I hated that. I was like, dude, Rob Halford, no, you cannot fucking replace Rob Halford and Judas Priest. You just can't. It was blasphemy to me.
I get it. It's one of those things that it is different. And, the stuff that Rob was putting out in that same time period, especially the Fight albums, because they were really good. And until he got into the weird dark wave stuff.
Yeah.
That
his other side, his weird other side.
Yeah. Let's see. He did Jugulator and Demolition. Is what he was what Tim Owens was on. So yeah, 2 albums. So I could get that. I know a lot of people that actually cite that era for Priest as a no-go. So on on the other side of that, if that was the worst album, what album changed your life?
Fuck. I say Iron Maiden, self-titled. That was one of my favorites. I listened to that like all throughout high school.
Shit. I would say Venom, black metal.
Nice. Love me some Venom. Love actually, all eras of. So yeah, I can totally relate. Black metal is super fucking cool. I have one more question, but before we get into that, how can people get a hold of Ritual Moon to purchase albums, to find out more, and to follow you guys? How do they do that?
For sure, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can find all of our music and our merch on our Bandcamp. So it's just going to be Bandcamp/Ritual Moon. Everything is available on there for purchase. We got CDs, tapes, shirts. We got everything up on there.
Hell yeah. And as always, there will be links in the description below for you can actually click those from whatever podcasting app you are listening on, and it will take you directly to all of their pages, the Instagram, the Facebooks, and the Bandcamp page.
Yeah, we have we're on YouTube too. I think did you mention that? Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
First and foremost, everyone that has listened to it, bought anything from us, just fucking anyone that we've interacted with, all the supporters, because that's what keeps us alive, and just, jamming, and it helps a lot to, it just feeds to the motivation, and everyone we've worked with in terms of putting the album together, and any zine, people like you, all those groups that have reached out to have a word with us, I deeply appreciate all that, because you guys take the time to do shit like this, and it really helps bands out, so it's fucking badass to have people out there that really care about putting bands out there and shit. So thank you to all those people, and yeah, fuck yeah.
Awesome. So the final question I have on the show today: what is your most unpopular metal opinion?
Oh shit.
I think probably the fact that I like to slow down. People don't like to slow it down. At least like most metalheads, they always talk shit about them. But
dude, I don't like to slow down. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I would say I'm usually always about like the first few albums in most bands. I guess I always like the original feel of a band. For example, like Slayer. Like I only listen to like the first 3 albums, and then the rest I'm just like, nah, whatever,
Thankfully, somebody else said that other than me.
Oh, sweet. All right, cool. I thought I was the only one on that.
Well, no, not at all. I get so much. Okay, I'm a fan of Metallica, and I like pretty well most of their career. I can find something to like on most of it. But I know so many people who completely shit on everything after Justice. That first 4.
I like saying anger.
I like it in headphones. I like it when I listen to it in headphones, not just out in the room. So nobody else knows what I'm listening to.
Yeah, exactly, right?
No, there are so many people, especially in my area, that are like, first 4 albums and then they became shit. I think Slayer is the same way. It's like first 3 to 4 albums, and that's pretty much it for them. I'm not much of a fan of anything after theirs. Anthrax is kind of the same way.
Yep. Yeah, same shit.
Definitely. So yeah, I kudos on that, because I absolutely, yes, agree with you. I would like to thank you both for coming on the show today, both Mars and Belen. On the way out today from Ritual Moon 1, what would you all like me to play out?
Well, I think a favorite amongst us is the track called Uncontrollable Death.
Awesome. And as they said, and you heard, this is Uncontrollable Death by Ritual Moon. Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into the Metal Forge this week. I really appreciate every last one of you that listens. But before I go any further, I do want to tell you that we do have a Patreon page here. And there's 3 tiers. There's the Down and Dirty Dollar tier. It's just $1. Hey, you're not going to miss $1. Nobody does. Then there's the $5 Showstoppers tier, which you get a patch, stickers, whatever we have that's in that price range. And then there's the $20 a month Master, where you can get a t-shirt, any size, any color of the Metal Forge logo. Fuck yeah, that's awesome stuff. Oh, and by the way, if you donate on there, guess what? You get the show 2 days in advance from everybody else. Thank you all so much. It's patreon.com/metalforgeradio. Check it out and donate today. I love you guys. Thank you.